fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I am here today to kit up my kit for DP for Veterans this year, which we will be doing our diamond paint along in November, starting November 1st. My first kit is going to be the Teatime Poppies from Diamond Dotz, which is a partial, but I do still need to get it kitted up. The Diamond Dotz did not come with stickers, so I basically scanned in, like I always do, the canvas, and then printed it out and used my Xyron sticker maker to make stickers, and then I cut them all apart so I can put them on all of my bottles. And I think I've talked before about the fact that Diamond Dotz has their own numbering system. They don't use DMC codes. So they do use serial numbers starting with A, A1, A2, etc. But all of their drill codes are in the 8000s unless they are an AB. So if there's an AB in it, then you will see those. Let me get these lined up in order here. Then you might see those, and those are the 5000 codes. But this particular kit does not have any ABs. I might go through and see if I have some that I can add in, maybe. This kit has 34 colors. And I probably do have some that I could add in as ABs, but because it doesn't have the actual DMC codes, it's kind of hard to know where to add things in and how I want to do that. There is a form out there, a conversion chart that tells you what the DMC codes are for some of their numbers rather than their codes. But given that this is a partial anyway, I probably just will do it as charted. I've got my little funnel from Bella Art de Nicole. Like I said, I've got 34 colors, but none of them, because it's a partial, have a ton of drills. So I'm expecting this kit up to go pretty quickly. Also hoping that the drills aren't staticky, although they do seem to be bouncing around a little bit. I have the canvas and have had the canvas since I unboxed it under some heavy books, because it was rolled so tightly. And as somebody pointed out, it is super hard once it's rolled that tightly, once you start putting drills on it, to get it to flatten out. So I'm trying to flatten it out before I actually start working on it. So I got some super heavy books and put those on top of it. And I'll probably let it stay there for another week or so until I actually get started on this kit. Well, it'll be more than a week because I won't start this kit until November, but I will let it until I'm ready to work on it, set under those books to try and get it flattened out for me. I am still working on my little baker kit and trying to get that one completed. Ugh, this one just went everywhere. No static, but they're going everywhere. Anyway, I'm trying to get my little baker completed. I've been working on the giant window that was nothing but ABs. Yikes. But I'm getting closer to being done. So there is that, which is good. I will feel like I accomplished something pretty huge once I get that one finished. Again, none of these have very many drills, but I mean, that's all that's in this one particular color. Kind of crazy. But it is a partial, so what do I expect, right? I was cutting some of these stickers and thinking that it was kind of boring because it gets very meditative for me. Like just having to make the same cut over and over and over as I go down the row of stickers. It's funny all the places your mind wander to. Because I always try to cut out the pieces that I feel like are boring. I don't know, maybe some people find the whole process of kitting up boring. I know it's not everybody's favorite thing, but I do enjoy it. It's that whole thing of organizing chaos. You take all of these little things that look just like they're kind of a jumble, all these drills, and then you put them in order. That appeals to my type A personality, even if that personality makes my family crazy sometimes. My husband was just saying the other day, he was looking for something. Well, where did I put this? And I said, I don't know. Well, where would I have put it? And I said, if you had a place for it and you put it back there every time, then you know where it was the next time you went to look for it. That is very much not at all how my husband's brain functions. He is much more chaotic than I am about that kind of stuff, which means we butt heads over it sometimes, but I like to have everything neat and in its place. It doesn't have to be clean necessarily, but at least in its place. Because that way, when you go to look for it, you know where it is, right? I mean, don't we all think the world would be a much better place if everything did things the way that we did them? Which is not true. I think having us all do the same things would be boring. How would we ever learn anything? My son and I were actually talking about that because we were talking about the differences in our learning styles. He is very much a needs to watch it, do hands-on kind of stuff. Whereas for me, I am much more read the manual, take notes sort of thing. That helps me learn and remember things better. Of course, it also pains me that he's proud of the fact that he hasn't read an actual book in years. Mom, I read enough. I read on the internet. Yes, and it does count, but it's not long form reading. It's little snippets of stuff, and it doesn't develop your critical thinking the way that long form things do. A losing battle. Just like I resist having apps on my phone for everything. If I can get onto my bank online, that's sufficient for me. I don't need to carry it around on my phone. Yeah, but then you can pay wherever you're at and da da da. Well, but it also helps me spend less because I can't just whip out my phone and pay for stuff. I mean, I guess I could, same difference of having a bank card in your wallet versus cash. I don't know, maybe it's just differences in how we grew up. I can remember, this is how old I am, my mom taking us to Kmart to pay for the items on layaway that she put away for Christmas. And I just assumed everybody did Christmas shopping that way. I was young, I didn't know the difference. I just thought that was the way that everybody did it. Back when they would let you do it interest free, so it made sense to do it that way. Nowadays, people just put it on credit cards and then worry about it later, not realizing they're paying 3 times as much. Interesting how things have changed. I have been seeing people who are kind of going back to that cash mindset just to keep them on budget, where they have these cash envelopes. Have any of you seen those? Any of you follow any budget people? Where basically when they get paid, they get everything in cash. Well, not everything, I guess. I'm assuming big bills like mortgages and things stay in the bank, but they make envelopes for things like date nights or movies or entertainment or haircuts or clothing or fun money. Some might also be for bills, doctor visits, dentist visits, insurance copays, that sort of thing. But they basically, after they get paid, put a certain amount in each one, in each envelope for whatever it is they're trying to do. And then when they go to spend that money, all they allow themselves is whatever's in the envelope. So maybe you put grocery money in there. And so when you go grocery shopping, you take your cash envelope and not your bank card. So all you can spend is the cash that you have on you to force themselves to stay in budget. I never got around to doing the actual cash envelopes, but it seemed like an intriguing idea to try just to see if you could force yourself to stay in budget. Has anybody given it a try? Was it successful? The days are starting to get shorter and the nights are starting to get longer here. Hubby and I have been keeping track of how many hours of sunlight we have each day. I suppose not keeping track necessarily. It shows us on the weather site that I look at, but we're down to under 11 hours a day where we are of sunlight, and it's getting shorter every time I look. I think we lost 12 minutes in one day. Just seems crazy because like right now it's getting dark here around 6 and it used to be light until 9 o'clock or so. Just it feels like last week. It was probably longer than that, but that's what it feels like anyway. Almost poured that into nothing. Forgot to put the bottle in there. Okay, I've got 4 colors left. So I'll put all my stickers on there. I actually thought because there were only 34 colors that I would use my Forever Young and test those out again. But then I remembered the whole reason that I haven't done anything else with them yet is because the kit that I used them with before was a round, and the tip that I like to use, my everlasting tip for my rounds, did not work well with it. So I was going to test it out with the square kit. And this kit obviously is round, so I decided not to use them and go with my bottle case. So I need a square kit that has less than 60 colors, which is not something that I've come across recently because I've had the square kits that I'm doing all have tons of colors, which I'm enjoying, but doesn't leave me anything to experiment the Forever Young with. Okay, let me get all my mess cleaned up and then I will come back and show you the bottle case. So here we go. I've got all my stickers on here. There's only 34 colors, like I said, so I have plenty of extras if I need them, which I won't because most of these, like I said, it's a partial and it's a very small kit, so it doesn't need a ton of drills. So I'm not expecting this one to take me very long, and then I'll have to decide if I want to figure out another kit that I can do for veterans, use the one I know works, or if I can find a different one. I think I was looking the other day and I don't really have one, but Dreamer Designs is having an early Black Friday sale, so I might go over there and see what I can get. I've also got some points I want to use up with them, so I may put in a couple of orders there and see how much it's going to cost me. Because if I can get a couple of kits for a decent price, it might be worth it, even though I said I wasn't going to buy anything else. But we'll see how it goes. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.